Today we got first team All-State and All-Conference running back, two-time AA District 6 champion in Pennsylvania in 2020 and 21. He holds the Richland High School all-time single-season touchdown record. He's a first-team member of the Pennsylvania Football News Class AA All-State football team, Tribune Democrat All-Area Team Offensive Player of the Year. Prep Zone ranked this guy 77th in the state, 17th in the position. His last 2 years at Richland, over 2,000 yards, 42 touchdowns. That's only rushing the ball. Receiving the ball, 9 touchdowns, 728 yards. Defense-wise, 145 tackles, 6 sacks, 14 of those tackles for loss. He had a pick in his senior year, 4 defensive TDs his junior year, 2 of them pit sixes, I think, if I'm correct. Mm-hmm. His special teams, he averages 38.5 yards on the return. Ladies and gentlemen, Evan McCracken. How you doing, buddy?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Also, let's just start off, can we start off with a little crazy things going on, just little silly things you don't mind? So first off, it's June 24th. Riley, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Riley. Also, we all know my cousin, right, Alex? Do we? Alex Nicoletti?
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on him and Sarah on their engagement last week on their vacation.
Congratulations.
Speaking of vacation, you was just on a South Carolina vacation. How was that?
That was good. It was nice weather. Just hanging out at the beach, hanging out with my friends,
Senior week?
Nah, just down with my family.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because I know senior week was all...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're down there now in Ocean City.
But
I'll never go there. I learned my lesson once.
I gotta ask, Zach Bryan, his album's coming out July 4th. Mm-hmm. How was that concert experience?
Oh, it was amazing. We were so close. We got to high-five some of his guitarists.
It
was awesome. It was so good.
Take home a couple of his guitars?
No, I wish. I tried. We tried.
Wow.
Riley's jealous right now.
I love Zach Bryan.
Pink Skies is definitely a good song.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't he just release that song with Jesse Murph?
I think, did he? What's it? What's it called?
High Road. Never mind. That's
Co-Wetzel.
Wetzel.
Yeah, Co-Wetzel.
I thought you were talking
I always get those two kind of mixed.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I gotta ask you both. Drake or Kendrick?
Kendrick.
Kendrick wiped him.
Like, Drake talked about little real things, but at the same time, Kendrick just bodied him.
Yeah, he did.
Kendrick has been at the top of the game since I was like 13, 14.
Yeah.
Like, Humble came out when I was 16. I mean, let's be honest here.
Yeah.
All right. But anyways, let's get back into the football. So Evan, let's go way back. From hanging off your dad's arm when you were little. Now you're all grown up and going to the Army, which we'll get into that later. What made you want to play football, man? Take us way back.
Just watching all the bigger kids play and how much fun they had and their brotherhood they had. I just really wanted to have that, and I just loved the game. The first time I ever touched a football, me and my dad would throw the football out in the yard as soon as I would come home from school, and he would come home from work, and it was just a thing that's been a part of my life.
Speaking of your dad, he's coaching Richland. What was it like playing for him?
That was awesome. It was cool to have somebody by my side that I know I could trust all the time, and go home. We could talk about football and watch film and really get to connect about it.
Did you have any favorite memories when he was at Richland?
Probably winning districts with him.
Winning districts?
Yep.
Gotcha. So now, let's fast forward. You're joining the Army. So out of every school that, gave you offers, did all that, what made you want to choose the Army?
The coaching staff, for sure. They were awesome. They showed me a lot of hospitality, and they were really great. And then just the school and the history of the school, and the after football aspect, because football will end at some point. So I want to be prepared after football to really succeed.
What all schools did you get offers from?
Army, Navy, I had a PWO to West Virginia, and then Bucknell too. Their Patriot League.
Okay, so wait, West Virginia,
Mountaineers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, did you see their new uniforms?
Those are nice.
The cool black.
Those are
I'm like,
nice.
cool.
They look awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see where that Noah kid signed?
No boat right? Is that him?
No.
We can't say it on here.
You know who I'm talking about, though?
Yeah, I don't.
Noah.
Oh, yeah.
He went to Eastern Michigan. I'm if
he
he went to West Virginia, those jerseys would have been sold out.
Yeah. They probably still will be sold out.
Do we have to cut that out if it picks it up? No, they know who we're talking about.
Yeah. So
hopefully. But anyways,
I don't think we're gonna get canceled. There's maybe 30 people that consistently watch our podcast.
Yeah.
So
Hey, you know, you know.
that was so bad last week.
Oh my God, your mom's house was just laughing her ass.
That was. Oh.
But I guess the Army's joining the AAC after being independent for the last couple years.
They are, yep. It'll look a little different. Get to travel, Florida, Texas, Louisiana, down south a lot. So it'll be a lot of flying, but it'll be a good experience.
You guys play Clemson now since you're in the.
They don't.
The AAC, it's like Tulane.
You're thinking of the ACC.
Memphis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You're good.
Are you looking? What games are you looking forward to playing? Like, what teams, I should say, are you looking forward to playing against?
Notre Dame this year at Yankee Stadium. An Army-Navy game always, just because it's the best rivalry, and Air Force.
See, I never really watch it, but with you there, I'm probably going to end
Yeah.
up watching it.
I do want to try and go to a couple of his games, because that's in the Commander Stadium, the Army Navy game. So that's like what, a 2.5 hour drive, and then he's playing in Philly, which is Temple. They play Temple. So.
Are you playing like any like well-known schools really, or
Like Tulane, UCF, Central or USF, University of Southern Florida.
Bama played them last year, didn't they?
I think. Did
Yeah.
That was like week 2, and that game was terrible. Sorry.
they? Lehigh's another one, isn't there? Didn't you get something from Lehigh? I think.
Yeah, I had like some interest.
I didn't even know Lehigh actually had a college until this kid from Bama. From Lehigh, I had an offer from Lehigh College, and then Bama. I'm like, okay.
That's odd, eh?
Yeah.
But, and so I picked you up to bring you here. So I mean, I figured I'd just bring it up. So you don't know your number yet for the Army. So, what was the story behind? Because whenever you was in Richland, you wore 2, and then you wore 6. Growing up, you had the number 2 pretty much all the time. I saw you had 2.
Yeah.
And then you went to varsity, you had number 6, and it kind of shocked me a little bit. You didn't switch back to 2 later. So I mean, you know, what was the story behind those numbers? And if you had a decision, what number would you have?
Well, the story isn't like super complicated. It's like Graydon Lewis took my number, and I was just like, you can keep it. So, and then once I had 6, I didn't want to keep switching, so I just kept 6 the whole way through, and it's just kind of my number now.
Gotcha. No specific
No,
reason.
no significance behind it at all.
I
Actually.
gotcha.
Yeah, and then if I had to choose, probably 6, just because it does have significance now because I've had it for so long. Yeah.
And the success that it brought you up through varsity and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
going
You
back,
were starting at Richmond your freshman year, weren't you?
Yeah, after Jake Sable got hurt. Yeah.
I forgot he got hurt.
Yeah. He got hurt against Bedford. I think that was the second game because we played BG and then Bedford.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a rough start.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
did he have a stinger too or no?
No, he tore his ACL.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so then I
so
had
he
knew-
was out for wrestling too his senior year.
Yeah.
Cause I knew his brother Lucas. He always had stingers. That's why he had
Yeah.
that neck pad on. I didn't know if he had the same problems.
No,
or not,
he
but-
tore his ACL. It was, yeah.
What did happen to Luke or Jacob? Did he end up going to college or?
He's a UPJ.
Okay.
Yeah,
I thought he would have gotten a scholarship to play football.
He wrestles at UPJ now.
Oh.
But you know, going back to West Virginia, you had a professional walk-on offer. You know, what was that like? You know, tell us a little bit more about that.
That was cool. It was cool to have like a Big Ten school kind of have an interest in texting the coaches, and the facilities were just amazing, and they were even redoing their weight room, and it was still super nice weight room. They're like, yeah, we were redoing it, but it was cool to see how good those kids were, like truly, and how big like the linemen were. And
Wait, Penn State?
no,
West Virginia.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Griff LaRue, he actually had a walk-on offer to Penn State. So I'm not
But
sure.
with walk-on though, you don't get a scholarship, do you?
You get a
It's
you
an
get a, yeah, you get a spot on the team.
Yeah.
You still have to pay for school though.
Yeah, it's like
That's-
an opportunity to. If you're
Yeah.
good enough, they'll definitely put you on scholarship. But,
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely thought you two probably would have made it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But I mean, I do honestly understand the decision because, like, you know, I have schools that I have that can put me on like scholarship, whatever, for good, and I can play football instead of risking
Dang.
that opportunity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so I don't know Army's running back. Like, how are you gonna approach the competition that you're gonna have to beat out?
Just gonna approach it with like head forward and just try my best and do whatever I can necessary to play. And wherever they need me to. Like if they need me at slot back or even linebacker or something like that, I'll play wherever they need me.
Because you were labeled as an athlete pretty much next to on what was that we used to go on to like check where our standings were and stuff, that website.
Max Preps.
Yeah, you were labeled as athlete
Yeah.
because you could play pretty much everything.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
you'd play line, but
Yeah. Not lying. Yeah.
But I mean, going back, you had offers from Bucknell, Navy, and then you did some college visits from here to there. Some even come to your house, like the Army coming to your house and stuff like that. They came to Richland High School to visit you. What was it like with like the other colleges, like offering you this and that, and the Army as well? Like overall, like what was it just like, just them offering you stuff like that? What was like that experience like, and like what did they have to bring you? You know what I mean?
It was a little overwhelming, and every college has their ups and downs. But the Army just had the most ups for me, and they were just like, hey, like you legit have a chance to play, and like their head coach would fly in to see me and text me every day, and like they were really just the most hospitable to me and really made me feel the most home when I was there. So that was the biggest thing.
Going back to what Riley said, your season starts, like going back, looking at your season schedule, because I was just looking at the schedule last night. You're at home versus Lehigh. You're on the road versus Florida Atlantic. Then your next game's at home versus Rice. On the road for 2 with Temple and Tulsa. Back home for 3 against UAB, East Carolina, and then you got the Air Force. At North Texas, and then you're at Yankee Stadium taking on Notre Dame. And then you end the season at home versus UTSA. If all goes well, there's the AAC title game the next week, and then there's also the Army-Navy game after that. I mean, how do you guys think you'll do? And, do you have any favorite, obviously you told us your favorites, and, what are you looking forward to the most?
I'm looking forward to new teams, in a conference, because it's different when you're independent. So I'm definitely looking forward to being in a conference. But I think we can legit have a shot at the AAC title game, for sure. We're bringing in some good guys. Most of the line's coming back, quarterback's coming back, running back's coming back, receivers are coming back. We didn't lose a ton of guys, so I think we have a legit shot at the title game. And that, obviously, we're going to beat Navy, like always.
Yeah, speaking of that rivalry game is actually, I just saw it's no longer going to be a standalone matchup. I guess with the new bowl schedule, we got the Celebration Bowl and then the Camilla Bowl is going to be played on the same day. So,
I know. For sure.
Definitely, you think you guys can beat out that competition?
Oh, for sure. I think so, yeah. It'll be tough, like every year. Every college has good players, but we're going to give it a shot. So
You guys think you guys will go into the rankings this year, like top 25, or?
I think we have a chance for sure, yeah. There's a lot of good recruits coming in, so.
How about, like, cracking playoffs? I mean,
I don't know about this year, but I think as we develop more as a team, and because we're changing the offense a little bit again, so I think we definitely have a chance. And then upcoming years.
because that's what I like about this new college playoff system is it's 12 teams instead of the typical 4. Someone always gets screwed, which, I mean, granted, for that 12 spot, someone's getting screwed in the end.
Definitely.
It's going to be how
There
it
was
is.
one rankings I saw, I think you guys were in it, but Penn State wasn't in it. It was Boise State. I'm like, are you serious? Am I missing something here?
See, I don't like the fact that people are putting Bama as, like, the number 4, because I'm like, Nick Saban's gone.
Yeah. See, last year, everyone was like, nah. You were like, yeah. And everyone probably this year's going to be like, yeah. You're sitting there like, nah.
Yeah, like, Nick Saban's gone. Like, he's one of the greatest college coaches ever.
Isn't he still going to be, like, around, though, I think?
He's going to be around, but he's not going to be coaching. I mean, he's going to be doing what happened to Pete Carroll, pretty much.
Yeah.
Except he didn't get forced out.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because I really believe Pete Carroll got absolutely forced out.
You know, speaking of coaches, you know, how have the coaches been, like, going into the season, you know, like, from, like, the spring game or whatever, this and that, and just handling, like, recruiting, this, all that, and just going head on the season, you know, how do you think they've been taking it?
I think good. They're tough. I went up to a spring practice, and they were for sure tough and different than high school coaches, but I think they've been approaching it pretty well and getting some big recruits from some big Texas schools and pulling in some 3-stars, I think even a 4-star. They've been pulling in
What
some
star are you?
2.
There's no way.
Yeah. They only give me 2.
I feel like you'd at least be, at minimum, be a 3.
You should be a 3.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I sent my film in, they only gave me 2, so I'm like, hey. Gives me more motivation, though, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, how does the Army work? Like, okay, say you're good enough and they invite you to the draft. You can't get drafted, can you?
You can. You can go to the NFL. Yeah.
How does that work with the Army, though?
I don't know. I don't think you have to serve, though. You can, like, kind of forfeit it. Because that happened last year. I guess, like, Biden signed something and said, like, you're not allowed to do that. So then the guy had to, like, appeal it and stuff like that. And, like, but he ended up making it in.
Okay, because, like, you don't see many Army players or Navy or Air Force or anything.
No.
Because I wasn't sure. Like, I know if you don't get drafted, you have to serve, but I didn't know
I think the only guy I really knew was Villanueva, because wasn't he in the Army or the Navy? And he was a tight end, and he switched to the
lineman.
Yeah.
I miss him.
I do.
I know.
He went to Baltimore, and his career just went.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
But, so if you do get drafted, you don't have to do the Army like you do something on, like, weekends or...
Yeah, if you don't go to the draft, then you have to serve for 5 years active duty. But most of the time, because you're an officer, you can kind of pick where you're getting stationed at. Like, you're not getting moved around or stuff. Like, you kind of can pretty much pick, and you'll pick your MOS your junior year. But then after your 5, you can either redo your contract or do 4 years of reserves. So,
Okay.
So you have to go back like once a month and do it like reserve guys do.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we talked about this in the car too. Like, I was like asking like how that stuff worked and whatever. Like anything you missed out or whatever. Like going like, because I know a lot of people like, and even like kids like in high school and stuff like that that like want to go and like say like they get offers from like teams like Army and Navy. Like how would that stuff like even work? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So. Yeah, was there anything we were missing on that? So.
I think that's it. Yeah. And once I get in there, I'll get more information now. It's just like what I have information now from what they've told me.
Where is Army located? That's in Maryland?
West Point, New York.
New York. It's like an hour from...
Navy's in Maryland.
Yeah.
I think so,
yeah.
Okay.
Annapolis, yeah.
Oh, so that
it's like
might be...
Bay.
So it might be home field advantage for the Army-Navy game, or is it...
Yeah.
Or is it usually 50-50?
It's usually 50-50, but... Now that it's in Landover, it's not
tough.
very far from Annapolis.
So I guess you guys will be having a little extra motivation going in there because you know, you're on their turf now. So
for sure.
I mean that's outside of DC. That's a 4-hour drive. I'd be down for that.
I definitely won't try to go to that.
If not this year, definitely next year or something.
And even
it's all on the East Coast usually. I'm not sure where they're playing it next year.
It's at the Washington Commanders Stadium.
Yeah.
So it used to be in New York, didn't it? I think, or wasn't it somewhere else?
Yeah, they move it along the East Coast. Like sometimes they'll play it at Philly, like where the Eagles play.
Oh wait, I do remember that one year that was in Philly.
Yeah.
And that one, the Temple game is Thursday night. So
we need to go to the Steelers and Eagles game this year. I'm saying that right now.
Yeah, we might be in Philly twice this year. We might be in.
Because I like Jalen Hurts. I like Devontae Smith. Bama, dude.
Yeah. You just want me to cry because I have to see Kenny Pickett dominate. Apparently he's doing good. He's pissing me off.
That's what I heard, yeah.
He's doing better than Russell Wilson is apparently last year.
Oh, we're talking about last year.
Well, no, Kenny Pickett last year is doing better than Russell Wilson currently.
This is what I'm saying, like, dude.
Tell me we got screwed without telling me we got screwed.
Well, here's the thing. You're going to be a bench warmer anyway, so it's like, you know.
If Jalen Hurts keeps his shit up.
Sit behind you sit behind somebody you like, or like compared to. A lot of people compared to Pickett to Wilson.
Yeah.
Either sit behind him, learn, and then either he stays because he only has a 1-year deal, literally for basically paying him free. It's literally for free. Yeah. Or, you know, you're going to Philly, which he kind of took the coward way move. He's like, okay, I want to get traded. He goes back to his hometown. He's still gonna be a bench warmer.
If Jalen Hurts keeps doing what he's doing, though.
Yeah, he's never gonna. He'll be wearing.
Well, last season for Jalen Hurts, like they went 10-0. They finished the season 11-6.
I do think if they have that slide again, I do see Pickett going in there.
I do too,
but I don't know.
But at the same time, like, you can't blame Hurts because OC got fired. The defensive coordinator lost his job week 11. They didn't formally fire him until after the season ended.
Yeah.
So, but then again, it's Vic Fangio.
Yeah.
I don't trust him after what I saw with Denver.
It is what it is.
What are some college coaches you looked up to? I feel like I already know one.
Nick Saban. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably the biggest, and he says some stuff I really like. Me and my dad see a lot of his quotes and really like a lot of his quotes. And
that's how I'll be sitting in front of my TV playing NCAA football this year.
Yeah. They better have an option to where we can relive Nick Saban's
dynasty.
Yeah.
But
because their first year was rough when Nick Saban was there. Yeah. But they won how many championships? Like,
pretty much.
There was every class that he had at least won one national championship.
Yeah.
But Nick Saban was one.
Yeah. Dabo Swinney. With the Clemson dynasty.
He came from Bama too, actually.
Did he?
Yeah, he was all of the Georgia's head coach.
I can't think of his name.
I can't think of his name.
Kirby Smart.
Kirby Smart, yeah.
Kirby.
Yep.
A lot of these good college coaches were under Saban for the longest time.
Yep.
Screw you.
You guys are stuck with James Franklin.
Probably for a year or two until we could beat Ohio State. Oh my
If you
God.
guys don't beat Ohio State this year, he's gone.
Yeah.
Well,
He's gone.
Washington might be a toss-up now. Maybe.
Well, remember when there was reports that James Franklin was actually thinking about going to Bama?
Oh my
Because they
God.
approached him about it, and I'm
Yes.
like, please, don't do that to me.
Yeah, now you get to see what we deal with. Have fun losing the freaking Clemson, all them Georgia, and every year.
Do you play any SEC schools this year or no?
No, Notre Dame's probably the biggest one.
They were in. I
They're
forget what
independent.
conference they were in.
They're
but
independent.
They're independent now.
Yeah. I think they're the only.
That-
they're the only one now.
Your two, I feel like you two seem to have like a rivalry going on because you two used to be independent. Well, now you guys are going to the AAC, so I mean,
Yeah, Navy and Notre Dame and Army and Notre Dame have a pretty
What
good
happened to the division that Oregon's in? Like, is that even?
It's like the Pac-2 now. It's the Power 4. There's not even a Pac-12 now.
now it's the Big 20 now.
Yeah.
Literally, because
Yeah.
and they're trying to sell rights or something to maybe get schools back. I'm like, you lost your best schools to the Big 10 or Big
Yeah.
whatever
Was it
now.
Big 12's trying to get their name? It might be the All-State 12.
I think, I think it's Oregon State and somebody else are the only two teams left in the pack. I think
No,
it's
Oregon's with Big
Oregon,
10 now.
Oregon State.
Oh,
Oregon State, the Beavers, yeah.
Yeah.
because Colorado, they completely switched.
Yeah.
You know, that disappointed me last year. I was
It did.
expecting big things out of Colorado.
Who'd they beat first?
They were undefeated for 4 games, and then
It's like
someone
3 or 4 games, and then it's like you
someone decided to talk crap, and then
all the Sanders,
Yeah.
Travis Hunter.
and
got hurt.
I swear if Sanders compares himself to who he did to Tom Brady and whoever else again,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see here. Hold on.
And then there's people thinking that Sanders is going to go to Seattle. I'm like, I highly, highly doubt that.
There's a quarterback you could use. Because you have your thoughts with Geno Smith.
Yeah.
2 years ago, he did great.
Yeah.
Then last season,
It was okay. So they beat TCU.
Yeah, that's who they beat. Okay, first game, yeah, they beat
TCU, Nebraska, Colorado State, which was a hell of a game.
Yes.
And they lose to Oregon and USC. They beat Arizona State. And then they lose to Stanford, UCLA, Oregon State, Arizona, Washington State, and Utah.
Yeah.
Because we here for the clicks.
like, I like a lot of teams, like, I like the Dolphins, Eagles, Seahawks, and Steelers. Those are my big ones.
Mm-hmm.
But college, like, I stick with Bama, but, like, if Penn State's on, I'll watch them. But, like, Colorado, I'm like, Deion Sanders, everyone went there. I'm like, they're going to be a dark horse this year. Yeah, no, they weren't
They
at
didn't do
all.
anything.
I thought they were after TCU. I was like, okay, they might be.
Yeah.
Because
legit,
TCU
yeah.
just went to the Natty
Yeah, I
a
know,
year
that's what-
prior.
that's
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
know.
saying. I'm like, okay, they might be legit contenders, and then they beat them. I'm like, okay.
Then-
Hot take real quick. Travis Hunter's going to be a top 5 pick.
Oh,
For sure. He's like one of the best two-way players.
Wait, hold on. We do remember that article that Shedeur and Travis Hunter said, these are the teams I won't go to.
If you get picked first overall, you're going to go. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Or, you'll just be like hockey, you'll get drafted, but you'll still go back to your college or junior team for years or whatever.
Like-
Yeah.
only 2 players I remember pulling that are what? Eli Manning
Yeah.
and Elway.
Yeah.
Elway was drafted, I think, by the Colts.
But when they were in Baltimore, and they said he said he didn't want to go there, so he went to Denver. And then,
Yeah, they traded him.
and then Eli got drafted by the
Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
And then Rivers got drafted 4th overall, I think it was 4th overall. He got drafted by the Giants, and then they switched. Rivers never even got.
Wait, Drew Brees was with the Chargers.
Yeah. Rivers never even got a phone call. He never got a phone call. He got drafted or whatever. I think he's like, I haven't got a call yet. But as of now, I'm just happy to be a Giant. And then later on, we got the trade.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure they just swapped
So I think before,
picks.
because before Rivers got drafted, they were saying that if they took Rivers, there would be discussions of a trade. So
Because Elway was way before our time.
yeah. And Colorado, if we were even wondering about that, they have North Dakota State, Nebraska, Colorado State again. Got Baylor, UCF, Kansas State, Arizona, Cincinnati,
The
Texas Tech.
Jayhawks.
Texas Tech, Utah again, Kansas, and Oklahoma State.
Ooh, yeah, that's not gonna be a good season.
No.
I mean, speaking of NFL, did you have any aspirations of maybe going past that?
I don't know. I went into the Army because I want to serve.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I want to give that up.
I got you.
Yeah.
When
I
did,
can make a career out of the military also.
when did you have aspirations of serving?
After I researched it a little bit and I talked to some people, my cousin went to the Air Force Academy and he kind of talked me a little bit into it, and it was just, I was like, you know what? I love the country, so I might as well give back to it.
Got you.
I'm scared for what's happened. Oh, did you? This is not political. Did you see Russia was off the coast of Cuba last week for like 2 weeks?
Yeah.
You saw that?
Yeah, they said it was messing with like the sharks and the fish because of the sonar, and they were like swimming towards shore. They're like sharks on the shore.
Because my thing with that is though, like, it's Russia,
Yeah.
but like, we have the power. Like, we're the most dominant
Yeah.
country in the world.
Now you got
Russia was about to
Now you got Putin and Jim.
round and find out.
Now you got Putin and Kim Jong Un best friends now.
I did see that. Yeah.
about my best
That's what
friend.
scares me
Yeah, I
about
know.
people joining is there's gonna be a war soon,
Mhm.
and it ain't gonna be pretty.
No.
But at least we know it's not gonna be a nuclear war because that would destroy.
Entire world.
Literally.
Yeah, there's
They
no.
said World War III will be fought with
Yeah.
nuclear bombs, and World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones.
Should be the other way around.
Well, here's the thing though. We know what happens when people touch our boats,
Yep.
as we saw in Pearl Harbor. Someone touches our boats again, a country is gonna be a crater. That is all I'm saying.
Twice,
Yeah.
two cities.
Yeah,
Not
because
once, but
do you
twice.
watch Habitual Line Crosser? I gotta show you a couple of his videos. He's funny. He does like all like army and stuff. He's actually in the army.
Okay.
He's on TikTok. He does funny stuff. Like, that's how I'm up to date on this, because the stuff he
Okay.
does. Like, I know about the upgrades to that 8-engine plane that was used in like World War II, the B-52.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, all those upgrades and stuff. And it's funny. Like, I think I sent you a couple when you laughed.
Yeah.
Because he has a skit. Russia, don't touch our boats. And then he's like, everyone knows what happens when you touch our boats.
He touched the butt.
Oh, and then Florida in that?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, Florida people are crazy.
no, the way he portrays Florida is hilarious because it's so true. Because when he had Florida up on it, he was like, the guy who he was like portraying in Florida, he's like, so you're telling me I can't send toy ships out there with C4 strapped to them to mess with Russia? And he's like, no.
Well, getting back into football, so I mean, like I said, I've pretty much known you forever. Since you was like this tall.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know the mic doesn't do justice, but I mean, we go back almost 10 years. You're a cool kid, full of energy. You're awesome to be around, taught to. Every time varsity had their practice on the grass on Thursday, you guys took the field on the turf. Swear to God, every time we look up, you got the ball, you're getting a touchdown.
I've known you since I was like 17, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Our little adventure, my senior year, we was up at Penn State that I documented on Snapchat.
Yep.
I mean, sometimes I just wish I had one more year left because I really wanted to be your manager, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, you may have been there holding it down with the water being the ball boy, but, I mean, honestly, it wouldn't be the same, man. I really wish I had you as a player for one
If
year.
you weren't there, those games would have been different.
Yeah, for
it was
sure.
it would have been weird.
I mean, all the other guys that you were with, I mean, they were awesome as well, but, I mean,
Who was that little kid?
I know Bethman was one of them.
Yeah, Bethman Ashton, Luke Fitel.
Fitel.
I remember Jackson, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Jackson.
Yeah, he's
Jackson.
on varsity. He's in freshman now. It's crazy.
There's
Jackson's
no way.
a freshman.
Yes.
There's
Oh my
no
God.
way.
I'm pretty sure.
Because he was
yeah.
literally like this tall.
Now if someone had energy, it was definitely him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's it's
Oh
crazy.
my goodness. But
You didn't even know my name till that Forest Hills game, though. No one knew my name until that Forest Hills game.
I think a couple people came up like, who is he? I'm like, he's right next to me, dude.
That's why I put my head down. I'm like, I don't know what they're saying. I'm not.
But that did piss me off whenever that game, they had to take our side of the bleachers.
I feel like they did it just to screw with me.
Yeah, be alright. Go on the grass. It's over there.
Yeah.
Or just get your side.
Because I was like, what are they saying? Who are they talking to? Because my first game with you guys was against Westmont, and I told you, I'm like, I'm terrified of Forest Hills
Oh my
game.
God.
And then you're like, why? I'm like, you'll know.
Yeah.
And then, like, a minute into the game it starts, I'm like, great.
Oh, man. But did you have
Good
any...
die.
Yeah, no, but do you have any shout-outs, man, that you want to shout out, you know?
My parents, obviously. You guys for having me here, my friends, everybody that supported me along the way.
Miss you, Coach McCracken.
Yes, sir. But, you know, in case the Army doesn't know, or your opponents, you know, what are they getting out of Evan McCracken?
Always working hard, and I'll always give 110% no matter what. I'll always fight till the end.
You were a hard-nosed runner. Like, you didn't care if there wasn't a hole. You're like,
that's why I said,
I'm going there.
That's why
you gotta stop me.
That's why I said, it's like every time we were on the grass field, I look up, who's got the ball? Oh, it's Evan. What's the score? Oh, Evan scored.
I remember seeing a clip of you, like, running through the offensive line and the defensive line. Like, no one could get a hold of you.
Like, there was one video where I think it was, like, what, junior high or whatever. You had your mom was recording and posting on her social media, and you were like went on the outside, and then you went straight down. As soon as I saw that, I was like, I don't even think you hit 7th or 8th grade yet, maybe in like 6th or 5th or whatever. I saw him like, yeah, this kid's gonna be a star, dude. He's gonna do something.
What would you consider yourself running back wise? Would you consider yourself a power back, elusive, or balanced?
I'd say like third down back, kind of like an Austin Eckler, kind of like I'd say like a little bit like not. Like, pretty good straight line speed, but I can juke, but I can also catch, but I'm also bigger. A little bit like Najee, but I think faster than Najee, I would say.
See, Najee's weird. He's a power, and he's not a balanced back. Like, that's where I'm confused on that turn, because everyone says he balanced. I'm like, there's plays where he's in a straight power back, and then others, it's like, again, Cleveland Browns, when Steelers were playing a Big Ben's last home game.
Yeah.
He was a power back and elusive back in the same play.
Yeah.
Like, because that's why I would consider you, like, a mixture of both. Like, you're not exactly balanced. Like, you can, if you got to run through a line for the first down, you're getting there.
Yeah.
And if you got to go to the outside for the first down, no one's touching you. I mean...
Yeah, I'd say, like, kind of like Jalen Warren a little bit, too, honestly. Like,
yeah.
Like, a little bit shorter, but stockier. That I can juke, like it's hard to take me down. Like I don't
like
go
a
down.
James Conner kind of.
Yeah, like I don't go down on the first.
Or you're like freaking Le'Veon Bell. You're standing there like your controller died.
Yep, you're just like waiting for the hold open.
Okay, there is.
I don't understand how someone can be that patient for a hold to open.
So patient.
Oh my
he was
God.
the most patient back I've ever seen. He just waited and waited and waited.
He would be one of the greats if he would have stayed with Pittsburgh, hands down.
Same with AB.
Because
AB. Exactly.
No, he would have still been the same because he got CTE from that Vontae's perfect hit.
That's true, yeah.
Ain't no way he didn't get it from that.
Yeah,
we all know that.
Yeah, that was bad.
And I mean, you know, Austin Eckler, speaking of another Washington guy, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Who was your favorite Steelers player watching growing up? Or like any player?
Probably just Troy Polamalu because he was so fun to watch. He was so fun to watch.
Okay, I've been saying this for last year. I want your opinion on it. You're good with football and stuff. Do you think that Minka should be in Troy Polamalu's spot? I feel like he'd be the next Troy Polamalu if he was.
But he's so good at DB. Like, he's just so...
Well, he's a, free safety right now. Troy was a strong safety.
Yeah.
If they moved Minka to a strong safety, that's game over. Heads are getting broke. It's going to be like Ryan... He'd be Ryan Clark and Troy Polamalu put together.
And then they have that 7th round pick they got out of Texas, who literally plays both cornerback and he plays safety. So he has the strength and he has the length. You know what I mean? Like he has the height. That's what I'm trying to say. And then like say if somehow we get Peterson back, you sign him back, that'd be crazy.
Put him as free safety because the best defense the Steelers played was against Seattle last year. I mean, I didn't care who won that. Both my teams were playing. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But
nah, you cared.
It was one of those things. I kind of wanted Seattle to win but Steelers were in a situation. Seattle was pretty much eliminated even if they won out. But when Peterson was playing safety, that was the best defense they played all year.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they allowed points, but like yard-wise, the only times they completed passes were those deep shots down the field. Like, and then Joey Porter. His breakout year was last year, but he's going to get better this year. I guarantee it.
Yeah. He has so much potential.
And T.J. Watt isn't even halfway done with his career.
No.
He's waiting until he gets another Defensive Player of the Year because he got robbed last year.
He did.
He got robbed 2 times.
Yeah, he's oh my gosh.
He's already one of the best to do it. And people are like, oh, Myles Garrett deserved that.
No,
I'm sorry, but looking at the stats between the three candidates, T.J. Watt won everything.
Yeah.
And they're like, Myles Garrett was double covered more. I'm like, okay.
TJ Watt was triple covered more. Like,
Yeah.
And I'm like, T.J. Watt wouldn't allow himself to be like that. Like, he would literally, if he knew it was going to happen, he'd move farther to the outside to make it harder for them to get to him.
Literally.
Yeah.
Like, Myles Garrett
It is what it
didn't
is.
deserve that. And then that year, Aaron Donald won. He only led in one category that T.J. Watt didn't, and it was for interior linemen.
Yeah, exactly. Like TJ Watt couldn't have even won it. Like there's no like.
Unless they
Yeah.
moved him to
Yeah.
interior line. That
Exactly,
would be
yeah.
terrifying.
Oh my gosh. He'd have to put on a little bit of weight though. I don't think he's.
I think he could, honestly.
Yeah.
Because an edge, that's a D end.
Yeah.
Because technically he's a left outside linebacker. Richland does the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because our D ends were,
You're on a 3-4.
is the interior lineman, and then the edges were your linebackers.
Yeah.
That's,
Because they could walk out and cover.
yeah.
Mm.
It was just, I feel like T.J. Watt is going to be one of the greatest defensive players ever. I mean, he's
Oh, for sure.
getting there.
No, he's already in the conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's only been in the league. This is his 8th year, if I'm
Yeah.
correct.
I think so.
Like, he should have 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards easily. The dude had struggled staying healthy when he first started his career, I will say that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like he's getting banged up anymore. It's like he's out 1 game, 2 games.
Yeah.
And I feel like TJ Watt should have won MVP. Because the Steelers' stats without TJ, they're 1-11.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're terrible.
Like, he is, like, as long as he's there. He is that team's MVP.
I think, that Buffalo playoff game last year, we did come back. I think we may have tied it once, but I think it may have been, we either tied or was down by a touchdown. I think it may have been a whole different result if he was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
And Rudolph wasn't starting.
Nah, I think if he kept Rudolph, because he somehow pulled it out of his ass. So, I mean,
Yeah.
And
I mean,
if you get Josh Allen on the pressure,
Oh, yeah.
he runs around a lot. And
Yeah.
What is your prediction on the Bills this year, though?
Who knows? They're such a.
I mean, they're a New York team.
I know.
So you're probably hearing it a lot up there.
I know, but they're such a unpredictable team. I feel like.
Is it mainly the Bills, Jets, or Giants up there where you're at?
Jets? Because we're probably closer to New York
Oh, I
City.
got you.
I'm making jokes about Aaron Rodgers until week 1. If he doesn't tear his
Achilles.
If he
they're
can
stopped.
make it through a drive, we'll be all right.
Yep.
Yeah, even then.
Yeah.
Yep. It's better than last year.
Oh my God.
4 snaps in. Like,
Yep.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Did you watch the roast of Tom Brady, by the way?
Oh, I've seen clips. I haven't watched.
Yeah,
it.
I gotta watch it too.
Oh, that is the most brutal. Did you see Giselle and her boyfriend broke up
I did.
because of that? Because they were getting so much attention because of it?
Because I can't take the freaking, I mean,
Don't sleep with your jiu-jitsu instructor, people. What?
Yeah.
I mean,
speaking of, talking about all those players, was there any player that you looked up to?
For Richland, or for who? Just in
We can
general?
say Richmond and for the NFL, or just any in general.
Oh, I'm trying to think. James Conner for sure, because when he got cancer and then overcame that and came back to the NFL, that was big. I liked that a lot.
does it shock you that like James Conner kind of faded out in Pittsburgh and then revived his career in Arizona?
Yeah, it does actually, because he was a Pittsburgh guy. Like I think
He went to Pitt.
I was gonna say he might have went to. Or no, I don't know if he went to high school in Pittsburgh.
Wasn't it?
I don't know, but he went to Pitt. Pitt guy, great with Nathan Peterman, and then
Oh, that's a name I haven't heard.
Uh-huh.
Where is he even at?
probably selling insurance.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But then he was with Nathan Peterman, and then went to the Steelers. I was like, awesome, had a good career, and then just they traded him to the Cardinals. I'm like,
Well, no, he didn't
Yeah.
get traded.
He
His
signed.
contract was
yeah,
up.
yeah, okay, yeah.
Because James Conner's final year was the year we drafted Harris.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because everyone knew, like, Steelers are getting Harris. Everyone knew that.
Mm-hmm.
And Connor was like, bye. And then, like, his first year at Arizona, he tore it up. I mean, granted, he hasn't won a lot, but I mean,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
because I thought he was just going to fizzle out. Like, because he was already getting there.
Yeah.
But now, though, with Pittsburgh, you probably have the best the two backs in the league. Like, because one's a power back, and if you need to be elusive, he can be. But Warren, he's that short little guy
Yeah.
that you miss him. He's 10 yards downfield already.
Yeah.
So who do you think is better, too, by the way? Warren or Harris?
Warren. I think I like Warren more.
I like Najee more.
Really?
Yeah.
I like Warren. I like Warren.
Because here's the thing, though. I was a Seahawks fan until the Steelers got a hold of Najee, and then it just kind of pulled me because I loved.
Yeah.
My favorite play Najee did was in 2020 when they won the national championship, when he literally put his hand down and jumped over that Notre Dame dude.
Oh my God.
That was
then he's handing out Popeye's chicken to everybody in the freaking tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Alabama, they did just get another 4-star outside lineman.
They need to start. They need to fix their corner.
Well, they got
backs because Caleb Downs left.
Yeah.
Well, they got.
Or is he a wide receiver?
He went to Ohio State. I think he's DB.
Yeah.
Really,
Okay.
really,
They got
DB.
Alabama got 4-star Micah DeBose. He committed to Alabama. He's the 8th addition to the Crimson Tide in June. He's senior at Viger in Mobile, Alabama. So I mean,
Viagra?
Viger.
Oh. No, that just kind of. I'm like, wait a minute.
We want to talk about that. You know, the amount of time Aaron Rodgers was on the field is the amount of time I lost in bed. So we could say that.
Oh man, but
Get back on track here.
Yeah. So, what was your favorite college growing up? I'm gonna assume Penn State or Pitt.
Pitt. Yeah, just because my dad's Pitt alum.
He is.
He got a business degree and then went to chiropractic.
Where did I forget his name? He was a defensive coordinator for Richland.
Rip?
Yeah, where did he go?
He's still Richland. He's the AD now. He took over. You remember Bonnie?
Athletic director?
Yeah,
Bonnie.
he took over Bonnie's. She retired.
Because he was the in-school suspension dude.
Yeah, and then he was also
so much fun.
Yeah, he was the assistant AD also. But then when she left, he took over her spot. So he's the AD now and still the defensive coordinator.
Oh, I didn't know
I
Bonnie
feel like-
left.
I feel
Is that
like
girl still there that was there my senior year?
Jess is in Florida. Tracy's back, isn't she?
Yeah, Tracy's
back.
I thought she retired.
She did, and then I saw her at a football game. I was like, wait, what? Is that Tracy?
Yeah, she came back. I love
Yeah.
Tracy.
Because Jess was there for...
Yeah.
Wow. And then she went to Florida. All right, let's switch it up a bit. Before this podcast, we were talking about UFC. So, I mean, how big are you in the UFC, and do you have any favorites?
Not super big. I mean, I follow it a little bit. I love Sean Strickland just because
Yeah.
he's amazing.
Hey, if you
just
ever want to get into jiu-jitsu, my family, you know where Votech is, obviously. Flood City Jiu-Jitsu, that's where I go up. That's where all my stuff came from. Go up there sometime. The guys are great. It's amazing.
Okay.
And the reason I got so excited because Riley hates Sean Strickland.
You hate him?
But it's just the fact of, like...
Here's the third man.
He's one of those people, like... How do I put it? Like, McGregor, when he talks shit, it's funny to me. Just because of who he is, and he let him... Like, he forced himself to that level.
Yeah.
Sean Strickland held the belt one time for one fight, and he thinks he's the best ever do it.
Yeah. But, I mean, he's been talking like that for a while, though.
Yeah.
I know, and it's just like... Some of the stuff he says I agree with,
Yes.
but, like, some stuff he's just like...
It's funny.
Why?
He is
Like,
funny. He
You
is
guys
funny.
are the get like an alcoholic rage beating, so you guys can grow some, nuts.
He's so funny. I
like,
love
some of the
McGregor.
stuff...
Yeah.
He has a couple T-shirts I gotta get too.
McGregor, Izzy,
I like Izzy, yeah.
Jones,
good.
John
Jones,
Jones.
oh my God.
He's the best fighter ever.
Mighty Mouse, Demetrius Johnson,
Yeah.
Anderson Silva.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Those are, like, my top 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Izzy's not in the top 5 yet, yet.
Yeah.
He's getting.
But if he goes back and gets this belt, he's in the
Does he have a title
discussion.
shot?
He's fighting Duplessis.
Yeah. This was supposed to happen, but Duplessis rolled his ankle.
Duplessis scared.
Oh,
And
for
I'm
sure.
sorry, but Sean Strickland winning against Izzy was an absolute fluke.
No, he beat him.
It was a fluke, though.
Cause you're on Izzy's balls, so you're fine.
That was a fluke.
It wasn't a fluke. He knew what he was doing.
He got murdered by Duplessis.
And then before
And
that,
Duplessis is better than Strickland, and Izzy is better than Duplessis.
it was 2-2 going into that freaking 5th round, dude. We
Still.
all know it. Everyone says Strickland won the fight, so I mean, hey.
I don't think he did, but
I do.
I'm
Duplessis
starting to come
won the
around
fight,
with Pereira, though. Like,
no,
he's
no,
good.
No. I don't like the kid.
He's good. You can't take that away from him.
Yeah,
He's one of the most dangerous strikers right now.
I think Poirier's retiring.
Yeah,
You think he's done?
I think so.
I teared up when
Hey,
he said...
I'm surprised that he lasted that long with Makachev.
He's the
shocked.
only one that did that much damage.
I'm shocked.
Because Makhachev has never been cut.
Did you see that they said it was 2-2 also?
Yes, it had to have
going
been.
into the fifth?
Had to have been.
It was 2-2.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my.
Well, as soon as he got up from that takedown, and he
As
was
soon
like
as he
yelling
tripped
at
him,
Yeah.
I knew it was done.
Yeah. But like the time he was in that fight, just yelling at him, like, "Come on!"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Okay, momentum switch. Here we go. We got to fight."
I'm surprised Makhachev.
If
Yeah.
Poirier wouldn't have gotten submitted and he would have kept going,
Yeah.
it would have been a whole different outcome.
Yeah,
But-
well,
But Poirier did say, he's like, if he won the title that night, he would have laid
Yeah.
it down the center of the octagon with his
he
gloves.
still thinks he can compete with the best. And apparently, Volk wants to fight if the time is right, and if Poirier was up for it, which would be something. But I mean,
I'd like to see Poirier move down a weight.
go back to featherweight.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I don't think it makes sense. I mean, it'd be interesting, but I mean,
Have him fight a top 5 guy. He wins to Poirier.
maybe
I think when Makhachev had him on the ground.
Holloway versus Poirier.
3. That'd be a trilogy.
Yeah, do 3. Whoever wins that fights to Poirier.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But
But are we going to talk about that Whitaker knockout last night?
oh my god, that was crazy.
Dude, the funniest part was, because I didn't think it was going to be a knockout. I really didn't.
Yeah.
And then, like, a minute, 49 seconds into the fight, I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, Whitaker's back, but again, he's
If
the
he
Max Holloway of
If he
middleweight.
would have fought Hamza, we would have had a discussion. But I mean, yeah,
I mean, if he gets another title shot, it's going to be his last.
probably.
But I don't, because when Izzy comes back, and if he wins,
Yeah.
there's no point in fighting Whitaker.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Just like there was no point in Moreno fighting, what's his face the 4th time? Figueiredo.
But it was
Figueiredo.
It was
whatever.
It was 1-1-1, so it made sense. They had 1 win, 1 tie, and 1 loss,
Okay.
so it made sense.
Well, Shevchenko, that should go to 4 now. Because 1-0-1.
it should, yeah.
When's the next UFC? June 29th?
This
Next weekend.
This Saturday.
I'm going down to Pittsburgh to see my buddy fight in 247. But
nice.
we're coming back and we're going to watch
Yeah.
that. I mean, to be honest, I'm not even going to bet because I know who's winning that fight.
I'm broke, so I can't really bet. But you in the hockey? Stanley Cup Finals?
I mean, I've been watching it, yeah.
That is the
3-3
most...
right now.
It was 3-0.
I know. Because people were like, this is the most boring Stanley Cup final of all time. And, like, Florida's going to sweep them
And then
on Twitter.
here we go.
And, yeah.
Do you have Edmonton or you have Florida?
I think Edmonton's going to take
Oh,
it. Just
okay.
just
because they
the
have
momentum.
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like,
momentum.
here's the
Yeah.
thing. It's going to be in Florida for Game 7. I feel like the crowd's going to be buzzing.
Oh, it's going to be
But if Edmonton 1 goal,
It's done.
crowd's out. I'm calling it.
because Edmonton has that momentum right now. And Florida was 3-0. They had it.
Yeah.
And they lost it. And now Edmonton's 3-0.
They lost it when they went up 4-0.
Yeah.
And, in the minor leagues, Hershey Bears won Game 5 last night, so it's coming back to Hershey with them up 3-2. So the cup's going to be lifted there, so
Cool.
screw it.
Another fight that was interesting last night. It was a fight before the Whitaker. Who was that?
Pavlovich and Volkov.
Yeah. I can't believe Pavlovich shoved the dude after he knew he lost. Like,
Comparison's not even a freaking...
oh, that
he's
first
shocked.
fight when we were recording,
Yeah,
they kept going after the bell for like 10 seconds.
yeah.
And I'm like, you didn't hear the bell?
2 Asians. They're fighting over the Kung Pao chicken. See who gets the last bit.
Cut that out.
No, I'm keeping it. That's funny. Oh my
So what are
goodness.
your expectations for football this year, like NFL? I personally think Steelers are a dark horse, even giving the... What's the right word I'm looking for? Because terrible isn't even the right word for the back half of that schedule.
competitive?
Not don't even begin to cover it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Steelers got screwed.
They did,
Yeah, they did.
I feel like they'll finish the season 11 wins.
Yeah.
I could see, yeah.
I'd see maybe 10-7 still. I don't know.
Now, if they manage to pull out like 8 wins in that back half of the schedule,
That'd be good, yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but like
They might
that's
have
like
something going on.
y'all are going far playoffs.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
But who do you think's gonna win? Like make playoffs next year, win the Super Bowl?
I think it's too early to tell. You gotta see how these rookies pan out. I mean, obviously, I hope the Steelers, but They had a good draft class. So.
They've been having good draft classes the last 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
One player that disappoints me is Calvin Austin.
Yeah, I mean, after he tore that ACL, though, like
That's hard to come back
Corey
from.
Trice is going to scare me a little bit, too. I've been hearing good things about him so far in training camp, so if that keeps up, then, I mean, hey, good.
But I don't think Chiefs are making playoffs this year. That's my take.
I think they will, but they won't go far.
I don't think they're making it. Every time a team tries to three-peat, what happened when the Patriots did?
49ers are going to be the guys to look on to, I think.
I'm thinking this year it's going to be Eagles. Jalen Hurts has a lot to prove.
I think they'll go far again. But I mean,
and they got Saquon now.
Yeah.
This year it's going to be rough.
Yeah.
I can see.
They just got to be able to put it together. They got to keep that momentum going because they haven't been able to. They have good games and they just lose.
But I feel like something big's going to happen with Kansas City. A big player is going to go down because look, when the Patriots trying to three-peat, Tom Brady tore his ACL.
Yep.
And every time a team tries to three-peat, their star player, done.
But, let's go back to college here real quick, what are you looking forward to most, like, playing college football? What are you looking forward to most?
Just different atmosphere. Like, I've been playing high school football. I love high school football, but just a different atmosphere. Like, playing in the big stadiums and with a lot of people. Like, I feel like that'll be really cool and a really different experience and get to make new friends and new people on my team. And everybody on the team is, like, super competitive. So I think that'll push me even more to try to be better. So I think everybody on the team will push me to be better.
You have any goals?
Try to make it to the team. Biggest thing. Just try to play a little bit.
Got you.
Because as a freshman, it's always hard.
Yeah. So, all right, do we have anything else?
Not really. I mean, do we want to go into other stuff that's happened since yesterday? Since really can't put the stuff that's came out.
I mean, we basically said it all at this point. So.
Well, Whitaker versus Strickland is a possibility now.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But
because Duplessis booked, Strickland's the only one that isn't really booked.
Yeah.
Whitaker winning. Whoever wins that fight, book it for 305.
Yeah, that's what they were saying.
Book it for 305. Have it as the co-main or right before the co-main. Whoever wins that gets
the
title shot. But here's the thing, though. If it comes down to Izzy versus Strickland again, it's going to be a whole different outcome.
Yeah.
Izzy will do what Izzy does, and I think Strickland's so good because of how he fights. He forces pressure on you, forces you to walk, and he's like, you're fighting with your siblings. He's like, oh, it's not my fault you walked into it. That, like, his style, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to counter against even. But and Izzy's been training with Jones. I'm sorry, but we're going to see a whole different Izzy for 305.
Yeah.
Because Izzy was the one to grapple. He's been training with one of the best wrestlers
ever.
It's going to be different. And I really feel like if Izzy wins the belt and defends it 2 more times, guess what's going to happen the 3rd time? Izzy versus Brea 3. That'll settle it.
But we shall see. But anyways, thank you, Evan, so much for coming on the podcast. Appreciate your time.
Thank you guys for having me, yeah.
Good luck in the Army. Hopefully, we'll have you back on soon in the future.
Yep.
So,
Good luck.
yeah, man. We'll be definitely following you. So, thank you again.
Yeah, thank you for having me.